Today on Trisha. 3 women with unusual appetites. How about some dirt? Or a piece of drywall? Maybe a sponge? When was the first time you ever ate dirt?
So I put a little bit on my tongue and it was like, it melted in my mouth.
I actually started off with the apartment wall.
You started eating the apartment
Yes.
wall? Tell me how you feel while you're eating that sponge.
This kind of makes me feel normal.
Strange and dangerous cravings. The families terrified for the health of their loved ones.
I brought you here today so you can get you some help.
You're gonna eat some dirt that's gonna really mess you up.
In 1 year, you are eating all of this. You want to eat this?
I would like to have this.
Right, no. So what's behind these bizarre cravings?
One might ask, why would you want to eat drywall or chalk? This can kill you, this can harm you. But for these ladies, it provides them a lot of pleasure.
Are these women endangering themselves? You keep this from your doctor.
Yes.
That will kill you, sister. Believe me, it will.
Strange and dangerous cravings today on Trisha. Speaking to women who are battling bizarre obsessions, which brings me to Robbie. Now, for years, Robbie says she was nearly driven crazy by an unsolved mystery in her household. Robbie sets her hair in sponge rollers, and she was perplexed when they kept going missing. Now, after conducting an investigation, Robbie discovered her daughter Ebony was eating them. Now, if that's not shocking enough, Robbie then discovered Ebony was also eating her kitchen sponges too. Yeah, watch this.
My daughter eats my hair rollers. She eats the kitchen sponges right out of the sink, the dirty ones, the clean ones. It doesn't matter to her. She just eats them. When I first noticed that my hair rollers would start missing, I would find little pieces all through the house, and when I get ready to do my hair, I would be short of rollers. Come to find out that my daughter was eating them. I started hiding my rollers in my shoes. I started hiding them in my suitcase. I started hiding them on the mattress in my bed. She'll find them, she'll eat them. A typical day with Ebony is like when she wakes up in the morning, if she's having breakfast, she's having a sponge afterward. When she's having lunch, she's having a sponge afterward. If she wants a snack, it's a sponge. When my daughter goes to bed at night, she'll take a face towel with her and some alcohol and the sponge. She'll pour alcohol on the face towel, put it over her face, and put a piece of sponge in her mouth and go to sleep. That's not good. She might not wake up. My daughter means the world to me. I just want her to stop eating the sponges and live a normal life.
Wow. That is scary. I'm just saying to Robbie, that is scary, isn't it?
Very scary.
Very scary.
It's very scary. I'm at the point now where I'm thinking that something bad's going to happen to her. It's not healthy.
Now, you've got there some hair rollers. When did you first realize that she was eating these?
Well, actually, they became missing in the house, okay?
Yeah.
And I would blame it on my grandchildren. Oh, they got my rollers, so I would go buy more and more and more. And they came up missing and missing and missing.
Yeah.
And so I found out that she was eating them at 18.
And what's this?
And this is the sponge that she eats. She tears this off. She tears the scrubby part off, and then she'll eat this.
Does she swallow the whole thing?
She eats it.
This is going to have health.
I never see her spit it
problems.
out, so she got to be chewing it.
She will take the sponge right out of the sink.
I clean my sink
With chemicals or
with
whatever?
chemicals or whatever I'm cleaning with, and she'll watch me, sneaky watching me. I can see her, peeking, and she'll come right behind me, and she'll tear this off, which makes it much easier when it's wet, and then she'll eat it.
When did she start this? How old was she?
I thought she was 18 when she started it.
Oh, okay.
But just recently I found out she said she was 12.
Do you know why she does it?
I have no idea. That's why I'm here on your show, to find out and see if we can get her some help.
Okay. So please welcome Ebony to the show. Hi, Ebony. Hi. How do you feel about what your mum just told us?
Well, I don't feel bad about it because this is something that I like to do.
When did you start doing this?
When I was about like 12 years old.
12 years old?
Yeah.
What was the first occasion, or what did you eat? Was it a sponge or
It
a
was
roll?
my mom's hair rollers. They so good. And I don't know if it's the chemicals in her hair or what it is, but they're better when they're dirty. And it's dirt. I can't stop eating them.
Do you swallow them?
So I used to, but I slowed down on doing that, but
Why?
because it's not good for me to swallow them, but
How do you know it's not good for you?
well, I was told by my doctors and things like that. But I slowed down on that a lot.
So when did you start eating the sponges, and why?
I started around 12 when I started to do her hair, roll her hair for her, comb her hair. One day it went from me just smelling like the smell of them and things like that. So, but then I decided to try it, and it was actually good. But
Like this?
oh, those are different. Those are real good to me.
You eat them
Yes,
completely?
yes.
But and this bit too, the
No, this is what I peel it back,
Like-
and I peel this off like this, you know. But sometimes you have to save this piece because see how, like when I run out, I don't have none left. I have to peel this little bit off to eat that if I don't have any left. So,
And what happens if you can't get hold of any of these sponges? How do you feel?
oh, I feel real, like I have attitudes, and it throws
You know,
me
if I
into-
came and I took this away from you like this, what would?
Oh, it'll be a problem.
It'd be a problem? Well, it wasn't a
Yes.
problem now, so why can't your mum take them
I
away?
have some right here.
So if I take this other bit from you, will you give me the other bit?
No, I'm not gonna give you this.
No, but if you handed, like in that hand, would you hand that to me now?
No.
Why? So tell me how you feel while you're eating that sponge.
I feel calm and warm. It's a good feeling that it gives to me. I mean, it's no other feeling that I have besides this.
Have you still got it in your mouth?
Yeah.
Okay, and does that calm you down? Were you getting
Yes,
agitated just
it does,
then?
and it works, and it tastes so good to me.
Does it stop you losing your temper?
It does.
So you eat other foods as well?
Yes, I eat my sponge also with that.
Okay, and tell me about the cloth with the alcohol in.
Oh, wow. It gives me like a rush sometimes.
Does it make you dizzy?
Yeah,
Do you pass out?
yeah, but I know my limits with that.
Oh, how did you find out your limits?
When I pass out.
Let me tell you something, okay? I brought you here today so you can get you some help. You either get some help or you're gonna go somewhere. Okay? All right? And when I say somewhere, when I use the term you go somewhere, you know where I'm talking about. You're gonna stop it. It's gotta stop.
I feel like there's nothing mental about this at all. What I do, I feel like there's nothing mental about it. I'm not hurting nobody. I take care of myself. I provide my own sponges.
But guess what, sister? You live in my house. You're not broke. So as long as you're in up under my roof, there's no more sponging. Yes. There's no more alcohol. Okay?
I guess I'll be moving soon.
Huh?
I'll be moving soon.
They changed their recipe of sponges, I
Yes, you know,
understand.
some sponge has like foam
Right.
in there, but some doesn't. So it all depends on like you gotta buy them and try them out to see which ones has it. Because by you reading the package, it doesn't tell you. So you just have to buy them to see.
So what
which
you
one
mean
has-
on the packets, it doesn't give you the ingredients of
Right,
the sponge?
right.
Right. Maybe that's because you're not meant to eat them. Can I take some questions from the audience? Because I'm sure they're going to be really interested. Huh?
Go ahead.
Huh? Next, your pressing questions will be answered.
Does it affect you when you go to the bathroom?
Girl, yeah.
And how many sponges does Ebony eat in a year? You want to eat this?
I would like to have this.
Right, no. And later,
One might ask, why would you want to eat drywall or chalk? This can kill you, this can harm you.
what drives these bizarre cravings?
For these ladies, it provides them a lot of pleasure.
We'll get to the heart of it. strange and dangerous cravings, you want to eat this? Today on Trisha.
My daughter eats my hair rollers. She eats the kitchen sponges right out of the sink, the dirty ones, the clean ones. It doesn't matter to her. She just eats them. When I first noticed that my hair rollers would start missing, I would find little pieces all through the house, and when I get ready to do my hair, I would be short of rollers. Come to find out that my daughter was eating them. My daughter means the world to me. I just want her to stop eating the sponges and live a normal life. I brought you here today so you can get you some help. You either get some help or you're gonna go somewhere.
I'm not hurting nobody. I take care of myself. I provide my own sponges.
But guess what, sister? You live in my house. You're not broke.
Can I take some questions from the audience? Because I'm sure they're going to be really interested. Huh?
Go ahead.
Does anyone have any questions? Yes. What do you want to?
I want to say, when you eat the sponge, do you ever think that it could clog your arteries or something like that, as far as like get inside of you and, you know, have you hemorrhage or something like that?
I think about things like that, but so I slow down. You know, I don't do as much, and I don't always swallow them.
I think you should stop. It's unhealthy.
Thank you. I guess I'm more worried about the alcohol and the smelling of alcohol if it makes you pass out. Yes, sir.
Yeah, especially the alcohol. You gotta leave it alone, because that will kill you, sister. Believe me, it will.
Thank you. Ebony, what do you say when people say that it could kill you or hurt you, or what do you feel when people say that?
I feel like I'm grown.
So it's your life, you can do what you want?
I sure can.
So do you swallow sponges, or what do you do with them?
I swallow them and I chew them. Sometimes I just chew them, but it depends on how long it takes to break them down.
Well, when you're chewing them and you're out in public, do you spit them out in your hand? Like, do people see you doing that?
Sometimes I spit them out, sometimes I just swallow them. Do people see me doing it? Do I like turn and hide and do it?
Yeah, like do your friends see you
I
chewing?
don't just be nasty and just spit, you know what I mean, like that. No, I will turn to the side where no one can see me and spit them out if I feel like I want to spit them out, you know what I mean? But if I don't, I'll just swallow them.
Okay, thank you. Yes.
Does it affect you when you go to the bathroom?
Girl, yeah.
That's a good question. And
It does, but that's why they make like stool softener and things like that.
So you're saying you have to take laxatives in order to counteract the effect of these sponges?
Yes.
And are you taking a lot of laxatives?
I take a good dose of it.
Well, no matter how young you are, how old you think you are, death has no discrimination on it.
Somebody tell
Okay.
her.
I got a feeling you don't believe that. Am I right?
believe it, but
Can you stop? Do you
No.
want to stop? That's the question. Your mum might want you to stop, but do you want to stop?
no, I don't. I don't want to stop.
You don't want to stop?
No.
What would happen if you stopped? What's the worst thing?
I just don't feel right. Like I feel totally different, and this kind of makes me feel normal.
Tell me what different means. When you say different, what is different?
My day will not go right. Like
Yeah.
I don't want to get out of bed. I don't want to do nothing.
Right.
Unless I start with what I do. With
So
my
first thing
sponge.
in the morning you start with the sponge?
No, I wash my face and brush my teeth and everything, but I'm going
okay.
right to it, and I'm getting to it, and I'm...
Sponge?
Yes.
Alcohol. All right, Ebony, what I'd like to do is take you backstage and show you something, okay? We're going to demonstrate to you how much sponge it is that you're eating. Okay, so come with me. We've got them back here. 1 year's worth. 1 year. In 1 year, you are eating all of this.
What y'all gonna do with this?
What do you mean, what are we going to do with it? You want to eat this?
I would like to have this.
Right, no, well, we just wanted to show you how much sponge it is you're eating. Is that good or bad? Does that scare you that this much is in your stomach?
It does.
It does?
Yeah, it does. But it looks so good to me.
Miss Edna, you have really lost your mind. They say this is a year worth. And guess what? It's really getting you excited. You're really getting enthused with this. You gotta stop this. Okay? Right now, today. I'm not playing with you. It's over. And you know what? This is your favorite kind right here, isn't it? Yeah, leave it alone. Come on, take my hand. Let's walk to another side. Away from sponge to food, okay? Real food. No more sponge. Can you try?
I'll try.
Would you like to try to deal with the things that are painful to you as an adult on your own, in confidence, with no one else around, just you and someone you could speak to? Do you think it would lessen the load on your heart? You hear what I'm saying? Find another way to soak up the pain, because the sponge is soaking up your pain. But maybe there's another way of doing it.
I'll try.
I'd like to give that a go. Okay. Coming up, she claims she only eats clean dirt.
So I put a little bit on my tongue, and it was like, it like melted in my mouth.
Her son is terrified for her health.
You're gonna eat some dirt that's gonna really mess you up.
And later,
I actually started off with the apartment wall.
how hungry do you have to be to eat your own home?
I
You
fixed
started
it back.
eating the apartment
Yes.
wall? Strange and dangerous cravings. You want to eat this? Today on Trisha. Hi. Now, today we're speaking with women whose strange addictions are tearing their families apart. Please welcome Daniel. Let me tell you, for the last 7 years, Daniel says his mom, Carmen, has battled an addiction he fears will one day kill her. So what is she addicted to? Eating dirt. Now, although Carmen admits she's an addict, she argues her health is not at risk because she only eats clean dirt. Daniel is not so convinced, and he's desperate for her to stop. Watch.
I called the show because my mother eats dirt and I'd like her to stop. She started eating dirt about 7 years ago after a bypass surgery. I came to visit her. She pulled something out of her purse. I thought it was candy or something, and she started eating it. And I asked her for some, and when she handed it to me, I realized what it was. It was dirt, and she's offered for me to try it before, and I'm not gonna try it. When I see her eating dirt, it's almost like an aphrodisiac for her. She goes out in the back of our land, she gets the dirt out, takes it back in. It's almost like she won the lottery when she has this dirt. When she actually consumes the dirt, her eyes roll back in her head, and she enjoys it very, very much. I'm scared for her because there was chemicals in dirt, dead animals, stuff like that she could be eating and she doesn't even know it. When she first started doing it, she would do it in stores, she would do it in restaurants, and now she hides it very well. I want to let her know that I love her very much and that I want her to stop.
Wow. Now, apparently your mom says she's okay because she only eats clean dirt.
Yeah.
What does she mean by clean dirt? What is clean dirt?
I don't know. There's no such thing as clean dirt.
There's no such thing as clean dirt.
There's no such thing as clean dirt.
So you say the first time you saw her eating it, you thought it was candy?
Yeah, I saw her take it out of her purse and she started eating it. And I was like, oh, let me try some. I didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
And she handed it to me and I was shocked. And what is this? It's dirt.
So does she eat dirt in front of you now, or does she try and hide it?
She would eat it in restaurants.
What, carry it with her in her purse or something?
Yeah, she would take it with her in her purse and she'd just pull it out and have some dirt.
So has she ever asked you to go and get some dirt for her?
Yes.
And what do you say?
Lots of times. No.
We saw you and you filmed this. She goes out to your backyard?
Yes. And we have a horse too in the backyard. So there's droppings all over the place.
And she digs up the dirt?
Yeah, and she'll find a place where there's not very much droppings. And she'll dig a little bit, not too deep. You know.
And then she brings it in?
And then she puts it in her little plastic container and takes it inside to eat.
And what are some of the stranger places she's gone to get dirt?
She's actually gotten dirt from a cemetery before. Yeah.
Did she eat some?
Yes. Yes, she did. And she says that it made her sick. It made her sick because of the chemicals in it.
The formaldehyde from the bodies?
Right, and she said she could taste the formaldehyde when she was eating the dirt.
Well, despite Daniel's fears, Carmen claims, as we heard, she only eats clean dirt. And she's here to explain to us exactly what that means. But before we get to that, Carmen took us along on her dirt eating expedition. Take a look at this. Up next, where does she find her clean dirt?
As you can see, there's a lot of garbage out here, a lot of poop from my horse. Dig down, usually anywhere from 2 to 3 feet down, and look at how beautiful it is.
And later,
Why would you want to eat drywall or chalk? This can kill you, this can harm you.
Dr. Sue Balmer is here with the facts. Strange and dangerous cravings. You want to eat this? Today on Trisha.
I called the show because my mother eats dirt and I'd like her to stop. I'm scared for her because there was chemicals in dirt, dead animals, stuff like that she could be eating and she doesn't even know it.
We saw you and you filmed this. She goes out to your backyard?
Yes, and we have a horse too in the backyard. So there's droppings and she'll find a place where there's not very much droppings. She'll dig a little bit, not too deep because she's, she can't dig that much.
Yeah.
But she digs what she can.
And then she brings it in.
And then she puts it in a little plastic container and takes it inside to eat.
Despite Daniel's fears, Carmen claims, as we heard, she only eats clean dirt. And she's here to explain to us exactly what that means. But before we get to that, Carmen took us along on her dirt eating expedition. Take a look at this. When Carmen steps into her backyard in the Arizona desert, it's more than just the scenery that gets her excited.
Hi, I'm Carmen, and I love dirt.
But Carmen doesn't love just any dirt. She says she only eats dirt if it's clean.
As you can see, there's a lot of garbage out here, a lot of poop from my horse. I'd like to show you where I go to get it. It's kind of far in the back. Perfect spot. Dig down, usually anywhere from 2 to 3 feet down, and look at how beautiful it is.
Once she completes her dig, Carmen gets the dirt ready to eat.
So come on in, I'll show you what I do. I take a little bit of it and put it in this little container. I can stick my whole face in it. It gives me chills. And I put this next to my bed. So if I get the urge, I don't have to get up to go get it. This is the hiding place that I have. It's right behind the toilet. Hopefully you guys don't think I'm crazy.
Once the dirt is all sorted and stashed, Carmen sits down to dig in.
The best part of the whole thing. It is delicious. That's the gross part. People don't understand it. They think it's weird. But you know, I can help it. I eat dirt.
Yeah, that's your life.
That's my life.
Did you know that's where she stashes it?
I know a couple of her hiding places, but she has other ones.
Well, let's meet her. Here she is. Come on in, Carmen. Hi. Hi, Carmen. Hi.
Nice to meet you.
And you, why dirt?
Well, because I really enjoy it.
When was the first time you ever ate dirt?
I started having this craving for it when it rained. I would just have this urge that wouldn't go away.
Yeah.
You know, and I'd stand out there and smell it, and it became overwhelming. So I decided I was going to taste it.
Right.
And so I went out and took some, and I tasted it, and it tasted like rain.
Tell me about, just take me through that very first time.
It was like I had it in my hand, and I was smelling it, and I thought, if it smells as good, it must taste good too. Mm-hmm. And so I put a little bit on my tongue, and it melted in my mouth. And so I put some more, and then I was like, this is wonderful. It was overwhelming.
And you've even gone to a cemetery and eaten?
Well, that was, you know, first time, dumb stuff, you know. I was just experimenting, and I happened to be at my daughter's house, and I there was no dirt around. She lives in the city. And the closest place I could think of that had dirt was at the cemetery. And so she lived right next to a cemetery, so we went over there and I got the dirt, and then I tasted it, it made me sick. And I was like, nah, no more cemetery for me. Not a good idea.
No, not a good idea.
We've been on trips before, and driving to wherever we're going, she'll be like, oh, stop the car, stop the car. And we'll stop the car, not knowing what she wanted.
Yeah.
And she'll jump out of the car and go get some dirt from the side of the road.
I understand you like cruises. What happens when you go on a cruise? There's no dirt there.
I take my own dirt with me wherever I go.
Do you swallow it?
In the beginning I did. And after a couple of weeks, it made me very irregular, as you can imagine. So I stopped swallowing it and I put it in my mouth. Like I said, first I smell it, and then I'd savor the smell, and then I put it in my mouth and I let it melt on my palate. Wow. And it just feels so good. And then I just let it sit there until there's no more taste. Then it smells to me like heaven.
Are you happy with the fact that you eat this dirt, or is it something that you really would like to quit?
I would like to stop, just simply because my son's very, very worried about me.
Not because you want to quit, but because your family wants you to quit.
Well,
you're gonna eat some dirt that's gonna really mess you up.
I'd like to have help stopping it.
You would, for you?
Yes, for me.
Is that the first time you've heard your mum say that?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're going to try to help you with this. So hang around, don't go away. We'll be right back. Coming up, Caroline literally eats herself out of house and home. You started eating the apartment wall? What drives her strange cravings?
Who needs chips and cookies when you can have all these goodies?
And how much does she eat? We've calculated that you have eaten nearly 1,500 pounds of dirt. And later, you keep this from your doctor. Yes. Just how unhealthy are these habits?
Why would you want to eat drywall or chalk? This can kill you, this can harm you.
Strange and dangerous cravings. You want to eat this? Today on Trisha. Hi, welcome to the Trisha Show. Now, imagine if when you were hungry and instead of craving something, maybe something salty or something a little bit sweet, you ate the phone book or a piece of drywall, or maybe you snacked on a container of baby powder. Now, these are just some of the strange household items my next guest, Caroline, admits she loves to eat on a daily basis. Take a look at this.
I'm Caroline, and I eat strange items that are not food. I traveled all the way from Texas to show you guys my favorite non-food item snacks. This is clay dirt. You love white chocolate, you would love this. Sheetrock, because it's just as good as this white dirt, except for it has a nice sandy grit to it, so it's kind of like the white chocolate with a little Oreo cookies and cream crunch in it. Even though I have that brown bag backing on it, that's fine because I eat the brown bags too. The next thing that I love to eat is paper. You can see I've eaten off most of the pages. What I do is I tear it apart. That doesn't have the ink dye on it, and I eat it. This baby powder. Napkin from the mouth, but that's why you do this in your own home. When you bite, and you nibble, and you chew on this, it's delicious. I love this chalk. Who remembered the eraser? I would bite it, but sometimes, you know, it gets stuck in between the teeth and causes too much damage and hassle. You should try it. This is good. You hear it? You hear it? Low in sugar, low in carbs. Who needs chips and cookies when you can have all these goodies?
Okay, well, I want everyone to know that the materials Caroline was eating were items she brought with her. Now, most people would think Caroline would get sick from this, but she says, well, she hasn't. And until she does, no matter what anyone says, her appetite cannot be curbed. Before we go to all of the things that you eat, when did this start?
I believe the dirt effect started from as long as I can remember, so I'm gonna go back to saying 2 years old.
And what came next?
Baby powder, chalk, and the eraser. Now the drywall, when I was in New York, pregnant with my first child, I craved the drywall.
Any drywall?
I actually started off with the apartment wall. But I did fix it back.
You started eating the apartment wall?
I did fix it back. I did cut it back out and stick the sheetrock in it and hook it back up.
Yeah. Is it do you have a particular favorite flavor?
Now I do.
So how do you taste them? What happens?
Okay, I went to Home Depot about a month ago.
Yeah.
Sorry, you guys. And oh my goodness, it was like a kid walking into a candy store. They had like an 18 by 18 for like $3, $4.
Do you taste them when you're in the shop?
I kind of wet my finger. I didn't damage their product. I wet my finger and just taste the chalky effect, and the one that I like is the one I buy now.
Now the dirt. Let's talk about the dirt. Any dirt?
They're Georgia red clay dirt. Oh my goodness.
Okay, now you've got a suitcase full of the items that you like. Take us through that. Oh, well, there's strawberries in there.
Because I eat the leaves.
Oh.
This is my baby powder. Please don't let me hold it so long because I'm sure getting tempted.
Then what was in the Ziploc bag?
This one?
Yeah.
This is a white clay dirt.
You eat this how often?
Every day.
How much? Would you eat that in a day?
Why not?
What is this?
Oh, that's my sheetrock.
This is what?
My sheetrock.
How much would you eat in one go?
Depends on what I want. I can nibble or I can indulge.
What do you get out of eating these things that eating nutritional foods doesn't give you?
It gives me a satisfaction. When I can't have it, it would be like you're a smoker, a nicotine smoker, and when you can't get your nicotine, it's like you're irritated.
So have you ever been to the doctor and told him this is what you eat? You keep this from your doctor?
Yes.
So here's my question to you. If this is also okay to eat, why haven't you leveled with a doctor about what you eat?
I'm gonna say too like this. A lot of people don't tell a doctor every single thing that they do. But I did tell him, and he told me that it could be what's causing my anemia when they took my blood and
So did you
like
stop?
that. No, I mean...
If you found out all of this, on a serious note, if you found out all of this was making you really sick, would you stop?
Trisha, I don't know if I can, but I would try. It's like a cigarette smoker. You want them to quit cold turkey, but it's really hard.
Interestingly, Caroline, what we've done, we've put together some alarming statistics about your eating habits. Now, you love dirt, you said, so we worked out in your lifetime with eating an average of 41 pounds a year, this is all a rough estimate, we've calculated that you have eaten nearly 1,500 pounds of dirt. Then we looked at baby powder. And you were saying you eat about 12 containers of baby powder a year. So far in your lifetime, we worked out that you probably consumed 444 containers of baby powder. Drywall, we've calculated that you've consumed 4 pieces of 18-inch by 18-inch drywall since you were, what, 18 years of age?
Lucky number.
Yeah, and that equals 104 pieces. Last but not least, let's not forget the phone books. You've consumed the edges of 52 phone books a year for 37 years. That is 1,924 books. 1,924 books. Yeah. Well, we have a doctor here today, psychiatrist Dr. Sue Varma, and we will be speaking to her next. Next. Can eating dirt kill you?
Why would you want to eat drywall or chalk? This can kill you, this can harm you.
What is driving these cravings?
For these ladies, it provides them a lot of pleasure.
A psychiatrist is here with the answers. Strange and dangerous cravings. You want to eat this? Today on Trisha. Welcome back. We've been talking today with women who all admit that they're addicted to eating things like drywall, sponges, and dirt. Now, although they are addicted to different things, all of them share one thing in common. They don't know why they do it. So here to help us gain some insight is Dr. Sue Varma. Now, Dr. Varma is a board-certified psychiatrist, and she specializes in anxiety disorders. Right off the top, Caroline's been really honest with me, and she's feeling anxious, and she wants to have a piece of drywall.
Yes, or just a piece of my white clay, anything, chalk, it doesn't matter.
Okay, we're not going to stop her doing that immediately here and now, so I'm going to ask one of our production team to go get her a piece of drywall or white clay, because
whichever one.
Yeah, because you've got your dirt you're holding on to and you're chewing your sponge. So, Dr. Varma, all of those things are comforters, and I talked about anxiety.
Yes. So all of the materials that these ladies are ingesting do two main things. One is provide a form of self-soothing. All of us really have some ability within us to calm ourselves down when we're in an anxious situation. And what you're doing is you really are bringing to light this problem, and you're asking them to stop, and that is really provoking a lot of anxiety. And the other thing that what we're seeing here today is that there's a lot of pleasure associated. The same way that, for example, some people eat chocolate or some people smoke cigarettes. You have to want to change a certain behavior.
Exactly.
If you don't see it as a problem and you don't want to change it, you're not going to change it. No matter who is in the audience, no matter who's in your life.
I was interested in Carmen when I talked about loss. You nodded. Have you lost someone dear or lost, you lost your mom?
Yes, right about the same time.
The same time as you started eating dirt?
Yeah, my father and my brother.
All that loss in one go must have been really hard to deal with.
It was.
Did you ever talk to anybody about that?
No.
No?
I never put it together.
Do you think maybe it's time to talk to somebody about your grief?
Could be, yeah.
There's some people, I've always said, you know, you offer help, but not everybody's ready to deal with it.
Yeah.
With the ladies you've seen here, would you say some are ready and some are not?
I would say so, yeah. And you know, one technique that we use, which is called motivational interviewing, which is trying to tap into what would be your reason to stop. So the thing is, if we could start to say that this is the reason that I want to change, I recognize that A, I'm harming my body, B, I'm pushing people away from me, we might be able to tap into some place, some corner of you that says, you know what, I have other ways.
I'd be interested, Dr. Varma, in asking our ladies here who would seriously be interested in getting help. Ebony?
I mean, I can try.
Hang on, just a minute before the audience claps. I can try means I can fail. There's a language around it. If people say I can try and then they fail, well, I tried, and then you go back to the behavior before. I always look for yes or no. So we had a yes?
Yes.
We had a yes?
Yes.
And we had a...
Yes, sure, why not?
Strange and dangerous cravings. You want to eat this? Today on Trisha. Thank you for being with me today. It's been an interesting show, hasn't it?